good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time. It is Monday night. It is May 8th. Yes, we're in the lovely month of May. I want to wish my mother a happy 85th birthday. She turned 85 on May 4th. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and then get to my in-studio guest. I'm so excited. So Friday night, I didn't really have much to do. And I said, I don't want to stay home. And I came down here. That's right, to beautiful Paradise Studios for the open mic. From 8 to 8:30 was trivia night, and it was really cool because it was all about horror films. And then from 8:30 to 9:30 was total open mic, and we had comedians, we had a poet, we had musicians. It was a wonderful evening, and then we all got to sing karaoke until we couldn't sing anymore. And I sang an old song called Making It by David Norton. Woo, back in like 1970 something. Oh, there I am with Linda and Helene. Thanks, Bobby. Yeah, we were singing the Shirelles. Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? And that's me doing my comedy. That's Courtney Wilson. She does a New York Lottery joke. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. So we were down here. This is the place to be. On Thursday nights, he does a live band. Friday nights, we do an open mic. So Paradise Studios right here in beautiful Massapequa, Long Island is the place to be. Saturday, I actually did stay home Saturday. My daughter came over. Oh my God, a visit from my 25-year-old. I was so excited to see her. And she hung out for more than 5 minutes, actually. She stayed for a couple of hours, which was really nice. And then yesterday, I got to do a show that I love, dear to my heart, Bat Boy, a Yankee Miracle. We did it in Floral Park at the VFW. And then I came here to do limo talk with a couple of my castmates, and it was great. So shout out to Limo Talk, Graz and Bobby and Rich for letting me be there. Robin to Stern, I am there. Robin to Limo Talk, and I really do enjoy hanging out with the guys on a Sunday night. So let me get to my guest, because I'm very, very, very excited that he's here. He's an actor. He's a writer. He's also a musician. Lawrence Gilliard Jr. Do you go by the Junior?
I do.
By the Junior is here. Hi, how are you, Lawrence?
I'm good.
Now, do you go by Larry, Lawrence? What are you comfortable with?
Lawrence. I was Larry for a long time in my career. And then one day I woke up and I had 2 teenage kids. I'm like, I guess I'm a grown-up now.
Yeah, right.
I guess I'll be Lawrence from here on out. So I've been Lawrence since.
That's cool. Well, listen, I'm so excited you're here. Bobby's going to throw up a pic of the night we met, because we have a mutual friend, Chad L. Coleman.
Yeah.
And Chad had invited us down to he's playing Bruno Mayhem on Lois and Clark, and he invited us down to the city to see the show. There we are. That's you and I.
Hey,
we take a good pic together,
sure
don't we? Thank you. And then the next picture is you with another mutual friend, George Papadamatis, and Chad. And it was such a really nice night to go support a friend. You actually met Chad on which show?
I actually met Chad.
Did you meet him on a show? Because you worked with him.
we were both on The Wire.
Yes.
But we were not on The Wire together.
Correct.
So I actually met Chad at like a premiere,
Right.
a Wire premiere
Right,
that I
right,
was
right.
invited to
Yeah.
when he was on the show and I was already off the show. But I met him. The thing about the Wire cast is it doesn't matter when you came
Right.
on or off
It's
the
like you're one big
show. It's like a
family.
family no matter what. So
Yeah.
everyone knows each other. And
Yeah.
so that's when I met, I met him at
Yeah.
just that screening.
Yeah.
We hung out a little bit and then we would see each other here and there just around town, or
Yeah.
at whatever. And then we were on The Walking Dead together.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Crazy, right?
yeah, me, him, and
Well,
Chad.
I want to get into your career. So you were born in NYC, but
Yes.
your family moved to Baltimore when you were like 7 years old.
Yes. So I was born here in New York. So my mom moved. My mom is from Baltimore.
Yes.
She moved here as a teenager. She met my dad. They had 2 kids, and then they split. When they split, my mom went back home to Baltimore. That's how I ended up there.
Right, right.
So then,
you went to school there. You
I would
went
go
to
back and forth.
Baltimore School for the Arts.
Yes,
actually.
that's where I went to, and I went to the School for the Arts as a clarinet major.
Yes,
So I was
you
playing
played clarinet.
Yeah, classical clarinet.
Now, was that the first instrument you ever picked up?
No.
Or did you dabble in other things?
I'm a drummer at heart, and I do play the drums. I'm a
Okay.
self-taught drummer, but I always wanted to play the drums.
Okay.
And what happened was, everybody wants to play the drums.
Yeah.
Because all the girls like the drummers, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So, but every time I went to my school band and I said I want to play the drums, they already had enough drummers all the time.
Yeah.
So they ended up putting me on clarinet. I think I was in 3rd grade or something like that. That was all they had left.
Yeah,
clarinet players. I mean, clarinets. That's all they had left was clarinets. Nobody wants that.
Well, it's easy to travel with, that's
So,
for sure, than
yeah.
setting up a whole drum set.
So but I mean, come on, I don't care. I'll set up. It doesn't matter how long it takes to set it up,
because
right?
you love,
Because I love to do it,
for
right?
your love for music. You actually studied at Juilliard.
So yes, once I
as a music major.
After the School for the Arts, I went to Juilliard as a clarinetist.
Right.
I studied classical
We
clarinet.
have a couple of pictures of him with his instrument.
Instrument. Where'd you find those? Oh my God! Oh, that was
now,
recent.
Is this you teaching actually? Because you look like you're conducting there.
I was conducting. This was recent. This was only a few weeks ago at the University of Maryland.
Wow.
A buddy of mine, Robert, he runs the clarinet department there. He invited me down to teach a class.
Love it.
And then I did some conducting. They played a piece. They were playing a piece that I had just played recently. So I was,
And there you are playing.
This is me playing at in the Vancouver
Was that
Symphony.
I was going to say that was Vancouver, right?
Yeah, that was Vancouver.
Yeah.
That was with some Vancouver Symphony members. It was a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And I played some clarinet quartets, and then I got up and gave my little spiel about.
Do you have a favorite?
What
genre to play?
Oh, genre? Well,
yeah.
When I'm playing my clarinet, I love classical. Like
I was going to say classical. Yeah. Do you do any jazz at all?
I do. I play around with jazz a little bit, but that's not. I listen. I love playing jazz on drums. I love playing drums.
Now, let me ask you a question. Did you ever play at the Blue Note?
No.
Or did you just go there to see someone?
I would just
like
go
me?
and see. Yeah, I would just go see friends of mine or people who I admire as musicians.
Yeah.
Play at the Blue Note.
Yeah. My girlfriend's cousin's in the Grammy award-winning group, the Yellow Jackets.
Who?
The Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, no, I love the Yellow Jackets.
Yes.
Your girl? It's your girl?
It's my girlfriend's cousin.
What's his name?
What
does he play?
I'm gonna have to get back to you all.
Okay,
because it's a blur. Do you know how many years ago that was I was at the Blue Note seeing him?
I have all of.
And Raquel's I'm sorry, Raquel. She's gonna kill me because I can't remember. I can't remember his name right now, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
I saw the Yellow Jackets at the Blue Note back
in
the day.
So did I.
We could have been at the same concert.
I bet you we were.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, aren't they the best?
I love them.
They're amazing.
I grew up. Yeah, I was listening to them. Oh, back in the day, I had all their albums.
They're amazing.
I love the Yellow Jackets.
Amazing. Yes. Oh, I got to call Raquel after the show. That way I'll let you know more details. So playing clarinet and Vancouver Symphony. What does music do for your soul?
Oh, so, it's crazy. I am actually more a musician at heart than I am an actor at heart. Like, I just feel it, like music, I just get it.
Yeah.
Like I just get it, right? I understand it in a certain way. It's not as much work, to get music and to understand the music and to feel the music, right? And I just love it. Like, it's funny when I was teaching the class and whenever I'm teaching that class and I'm talking to the students and I say to them, I'm like, for me, actor versus musician, I feel like being a musician is a little bit more of the divine of the two art forms.
Right, because they are totally different.
It's a little more divine, just because, to be able to understand the black little dots on a page, and then to communicate them in a way that make people feel.
Yeah,
like that's
it's like Morse code.
Exactly. It's like, that's like a superpower.
It is.
Like, as an actor, I get to speak, and okay, everybody understands the language.
Right.
But as a musician,
but not everyone can read music.
Not everybody can read music, and not everyone can feel music.
Correct.
You have to play it in a certain way so that people can feel it.
Resonates with them.
And then they can.
I like that word, resonates.
Yeah, that's a great word.
All right, so here's another question. Have you ever written or composed any original music?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Well, when I was in high school, I was in a composition class. So I wrote a jazz piece, actually.
Oh, cool.
For our jazz band.
Yeah.
It was a big band piece that I wrote. And I, for a while, I dabbled in film composing.
Okay.
I was, trying to get into that a little bit.
That's cool, though.
It is very cool. I love
to actually watch something and then try to think of what sound would go with that moment.
Yeah. No, it's very interesting. It's a lot of fun. I mean, that's me as a musician. Just, that part of me just comes alive.
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with music.
Do you play every day? Do you pick it up every day?
I practice every day for an hour.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have to.
How did I know that? I so knew that. Because it's almost like part of you.
It
you know what I
totally
mean?
A part of
it's
me.
like another limb or something.
Well, there was a while where I didn't practice, where I didn't play for a while, because I was just acting. But then someone asked me if I would play a concert, and it was a year away.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I guess in a year I have time to work myself.
Yeah, but that year goes fast, didn't it?
It does. But I got myself back. I worked it back up, And then after that, I was like, all right, I can't stop anymore. I have to just keep going. And so I've been keeping up with it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you do it in the morning and at night? Do you have like a specific time, or it's just whenever you?
No, I try to do it. I practice usually.
So it's like working out. Some people like to work out in the morning. Some people like to work out at night.
Yeah, no, early evening.
Yeah.
Morning is too early for me.
Right.
And I can't do it too late because,
right.
I like to have my time.
Sure.
At night, my me time at night. And for me, practicing clarinet is, it's especially if I don't have anything to do, like if I'm not practicing for a concert or anything like that.
Right.
I got to make myself do it.
Now, how often do you get to teach a class like that?
Not often.
But you want to do it a little bit more?
It's fun. I like teaching.
It's nice when you can help mold young minds. I like that.
But I couldn't be a professor, like a long-term just professor.
Right.
But
it's a nice diversion every now and then. Yeah, totally get it. Well, listen, I want everyone to stick around because we have so much more to talk about between live theater and movies and television. So please stay where you are. More with Lawrence when we come back. Don't go away.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight because my new friend is here. I met Lawrence not that long ago through another mutual friend, George Papadamatis, who we're going to talk about later. We're going to talk about him later because right now it's all about Lawrence Gilliard Jr. And born in NYC, moved to Baltimore, came back, went to Juilliard, picked up the clarinet, teaches, plays. He's freaking amazing. And does theater, does television, does movies. You know, you said as a kid, if I'm getting this quote right, that you always dreamed big. You always dreamed big, even as a kid.
Yes. Yeah, very true. Yeah. I always did. I don't know if it was just me, like just the person that I am,
right?
Or if it was just my, my life and where I was living, my circumstances, things like that, that just made me want to, do different things, do bigger things, and just want to do bigger things. I mean, I know a lot of kids who, when I was growing up, they didn't think the same way that I did. So, and also I had a lot of support from my family always, like my mom,
which
my
is
grandmother.
So important.
Yes,
so important, because when I told my parents I want to become a cop, and they're like, my father's like, no, Jill, I let back and retire by the time I'm 41. No. I really want to be an actor. And I have to say, my mom is the one who put me on stage at 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
Tap dancing.
Okay.
Dancing. And then I was always involved in community theater and stuff. But then when I said, I really want to pursue it, I want to go to high school performing arts. Like, oh, no, we don't want you traveling to the city. It's dangerous. And I was like, what? I mean, listen, I'm the oldest girl in a very strict Sicilian family.
Okay.
And the reins were short.
Yes,
do you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
My hands were tied, and I couldn't do what I wanted to do.
Right.
Now that I'm old, I can do whatever I want. So that's what I'm doing at this point. But in 1990,
it's never too late. It's never
listen to me, amen. Listen to me. I said, I don't care if I'm 80 years old and I say I've fallen and I can't get up, or where's the beef?
That's right.
Something's gonna happen. But in 1991, something happened for you.
Something happened for me in 1991.
You were in it was your first role.
It was my first
in
role.
A movie called Straight Outta Brooklyn.
Straight Outta Brooklyn.
How did that happen? Tell me, I want to know.
Well, back then you could still go in on just open calls.
Yes.
People, they would put an ad in the backstage.
I was going to say, did you see it in backstage?
I saw it in
That's
backstage.
How you knew about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just so happened the audition was 4 blocks from where I was living.
Oh,
right?
How convenient.
Very convenient. So I went down, I stood in the line, was around the block, of course.
I'm sure it was.
I went in, and it was in the basement of like this school or whatever. I go down there, they give me these lines, and they're like, all right, go into the hall and learn this stuff. And I look at it, and he's basically just like a tough kid from Brooklyn.
Right.
So I go in, I do my thing. Long one short, I get the lead.
Holy cannoli.
I get the part. I got the lead.
Wow.
And we made the movie. Very guerrilla.
I think we have a poster of that, Bobby. I'm not.
What?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I sent him a bunch of pictures.
Okay.
I don't know, Bobby. If you wanna, I don't know.
Maybe there's.
It might have been up in there. I don't know, but I did send him some pics. If you can't find it, don't worry about it.
Straight Outta Brooklyn.
Straight Outta Brooklyn.
Nope,
no, that's not it. That's the one. We're going to be talking about that later. All right. So if you don't have it, you don't have it. I thought I sent it, but I did see it. And yes, you were the lead. Hello?
I was the lead. That movie ended up going to Sundance, winning the special jury prize. That was my foot in the door, and
that was it. And let me tell you something. You've accomplished something that myself as an actor and people we know just want to do, which is be a consistent working actor. I mean, you have really, since then, you've worked, my friend. You have consistently been a working actor. And I think, listen, fame, fortune, it's nice, but listen, we all like our anonymity. We all like to be able to go outside without makeup, at least me, my hair mess. But, maybe don't bra, I don't know. But the point is that to be a working, consistent actor is such success.
Yes.
And I want to just go over some things that you've done.
Okay.
Because the man's got like 78 credits. Okay. It's like, it's insane. I can't go over everything because we'll be
very blessed. Very
But
fortunate.
you are very blessed. Actually, in 2012, you actually won Best Actor for a short film called The Trial of Ben Barry.
Ben Barry, yes.
And, again, to be recognized.
Always great to be recognized.
Isn't it? It makes you feel just nice all over.
Yeah. It's funny. I was actually somewhere else. I wasn't there to get that award because I was hosting an event somewhere else. So then it kind of came on, like I'm on stage and I get my phone buzzes or whatever, and I look and I'm like, hey guys, I just won the They sent me a picture of the trophy.
That's
I was like,
great.
look what just happened to me.
Oh my God, it's great. But you went on to do Money Train.
Money Train was fun.
The Water Boy. We have a picture of you and Henry. I know we have. I'm sure I sent you that, Bobby. All right, let's throw that one up. That's you with Henry Winkler in The Water Boy. There you are.
Hey, my man Henry.
Is he the sweetest man that they say he is?
Man. He's so sweet. He's the great.
I've heard such beautiful things about this man.
He took me under his wing on that movie. Like, I became almost a member of his family. His family came and he just started taking me everywhere with his family. So I got to go to NASA and get on a space shuttle.
Oh my God.
Because of Henry Winkler. Yeah.
That is so cool.
He's the best.
Wow.
And we still keep in touch. I still stay in touch.
That is so cool. Also, Gangs of New York. Okay.
New York.
Then in 2002 to 2003, you did 18 episodes of The Wire, where you did get critical acclaim for that.
Yes.
Playing D'Angelo Barksdale.
Yeah.
And then we go on to some television shows like CSI New York, Law and Order, Numbers. You did The Machinist, though.
I did the movie The Machinist.
Great
we
movie.
Shot that in Spain. Thank you.
Great movie.
Christian Bale.
Yes, and you also, another great person who we lost, unfortunately, 2009, you did The Beast with Patrick Swayze.
Wow.
Talk to me about him, please, because not only did I love him as an actor, but I also loved him as a dancer, me being a dancer myself.
He was really one of the greatest, sweetest, most talented people I've ever known, like I ever met. He loved acting. He loved dancing. He loved being an artist.
Again, in his soul, right? Like part of your soul. Yeah.
In his soul.
Yeah.
He was just the greatest guy. Has so much energy. We thought he'd be around forever. Even when he was diagnosed, we thought he would be around forever because he had just such amazing energy that it really hurt. It hit us hard when we lost him, but he was the best. Oh man, thank you for those memories.
Yeah,
he was the best.
That's what I'm saying. You know, you have that with you always in your heart and your soul, which is a blessing. And one time,
I have he actually sent me a text once telling me that I was a kick-ass actor.
Wow.
So that was a pretty amazing coming from
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Yeah. You did Southland, you did Elementary. Yeah. 2013 to 2015, you did The Walking Dead, which you mentioned in the past 20 episodes. You played Bob Stookie.
Yeah.
You also did The Good Life. And then 2017-19, you did The Deuce.
Yeah.
And you did 25 episodes there as Chris Alston.
Yeah. That was fun.
That was
great.
That was fun, wasn't it?
That's where I met your friend George. Yeah.
You did. George Papadamatis.
That's right.
Yes, we're going to talk about him later.
So
we're going to get it in. We're going to get it in. Yeah. But great show.
Great HBO show about New York City in the 70s into the 80s. I like that kind of thing because I like period pieces.
Right.
You know,
right.
when you get to transform and just go back in time.
Yes.
And that crew, David Simon, Nina Noble, George, I can't see because we're talking about the other George.
Yeah.
I can't think
of it.
but
that's okay.
But he, when they do whatever they do, they like to get it right. They get it perfect,
Yeah.
So walking on a set there, it's like you really feel like you're back in time. You know what I mean?
Now,
George Pelecanos.
There you go. Now, before I continue with this laundry list here, just a quick question, because George and I actually, George Papadamatis and I actually got together before the show. I've had him on the show, talked about his show, which we'll talk about later. But the point is that we were saying how there are some actors out there who are established, who still have to audition for roles. Yeah. Are you one of those actors?
Yeah, I do. I have to, sometimes I got to put myself on tape for things. Sometimes I'm just offered roles. It depends.
Which is a lot nicer.
It's always nicer to be offered roles. Yes.
When someone thinks of me and they're like, I wrote this and I thought of you, and I'm like, that's like the best feeling in the world.
That's the best. Yeah. But I mean, I understand. Look, I haven't done everything, and everyone has to see me as everything.
Correct.
Correct. They've seen me as a drug dealer, whatever. They've seen me as a cop,
a lawyer,
as a lawyer,
yes.
But no one's seen me as an astronaut. So if a movie comes in like as an astronaut, I'm like, all right, I'll audition for that. No one's seen me as that. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Exactly.
I don't mind. I don't mind the audition or whatever.
Process.
Putting myself on tape. I do miss going into the room though.
Yes,
with
live
casting.
auditions.
I do miss live
There's
auditions with
thank you.
casting
There's
in
nothing
person.
like a live audition.
Yeah,
I mean, the
yeah,
self-tapes, you have to be Scorsese. You got to worry about the lighting and the
you're
backdrop
doing
and
too
the
much.
sound.
Yeah,
and you know, there's enough pressure as it is.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh,
now you're going to make me a director, a gaffer, and a cameraman.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And where I was telling you, Larry Durr from Guns and Grams had an in-person audition, and I wasn't nervous at all. I was just excited.
Yeah.
I was so excited to get into that room and be in front of a director.
Yeah.
And I had him on the show, and he actually announced on the show that I got the audition.
Oh, awesome.
Because I was like, would you want to make it exclusive on the show? And he's like, yeah. He says, you got it, girl. You got it. And I was so excited about it, you know, because this is something that he did in Baltimore as a movie, and now he wants to take it and continue it as a series. Right. Let's see. You also did God Friended Me, which I really liked that show. I really liked that show. I really did. You did Bull, Chicago PD. Also 20, 21, 22, you did Power Book, Raising Canaan.
Yeah, I'm still on that now.
Yes, and you're playing Dean.
Yeah.
Correct?
Dean, yeah.
How exciting is that?
It's great.
That's another great show.
It's a great show. It's great being a part of that whole power world.
Well, that's what it is. There's so many spin-offs.
Yes.
You know, that came out of it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So that's good. I mean, there's so many connections with that because there's so many people. Also, you know, there are other people who were on The Wire, other shows with me that are on this show too. So, you know, it's always great to see people who, you know,
it's great.
Before.
And then, so listen, before we get into your latest and greatest, we're going to take my next break, but don't go away because when we come back, this is exciting, people. This is very exciting. He has transformed now into a boxer.
Oh, God.
And I'm not saying another word. So stay right there. When we come back, more with Lawrence. Don't go away.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight for another Monday. Hey, Tea Time is live every Monday night at 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook. Then I go to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard and seen every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20 for people here on Long Island who get Optimum. We're going to be on TV this Saturday morning.
I've been there. I like it.
I like it too. So I'm with Lawrence Gilliard Jr. He is an actor and he's a writer. You got one cred for writing, actually.
Which
back
one?
In 2006.
I did.
Yes, you did. You got a writing cred. Hold on. I got it. 2006, you wrote something. The First Amendment, stand up.
On the First Amendment stand up. Okay. All right.
Hey, it was 2006.
It was 2006. I'll be doing
But you got that right.
Okay, I got the credit.
You got it. So let's mention it. Okay, so now what I want to mention, because I am so excited about this. I really am. First of all, I love boxing.
Oh. Okay.
And actually, I enjoy it. I do. And George Foreman is one of the men that I love to watch box. Great. And my grandfather actually looks like a white George Foreman.
What?
Yes, my grandfather. I will show you a picture of my grandfather.
Okay,
I'm telling you, he looks like a white George Foreman. I'm telling you, he does. And I always love George Foreman. And there is a new movie that is out now called, well, I want to get it right because it's a long name. Bobby's going to put up the poster. It's called Big George Foreman, The Miraculous Story of the Once, Future, and Heavyweight Champion of the World. And you, my friend, play Archie more.
Yes, I do. I play
And
Archie
that
Moore.
is no joke.
Yeah, no.
No.
Archie Moore.
This is no joke about this man. Because not only did I do research on you,
What? Oh,
but
so
I
you know
did
about
research
Archie?
on Archie.
Okay, yeah.
And let me tell you something. This man had 220 fights.
Yes.
100, and there's controversy here because one said 132 and another one said 141. The most KOs.
We're gonna go with 141.
Ever, ever that anyone's ever had, ever.
Knockout machine.
Incredible.
Knockout machine.
Incredible. But he was the longest reigning world light heavyweight champ from December 52 to May 62.
Yep.
And there was a little controversy going on with his age and how old he was when he was really fighting. Yeah, well, because he gave one age and then his mama corrected him.
And gave another age, right?
Yes. And said, no. My son was born December 13th, 1913.
Right.
And he actually passed away a few days shy of his birthday on December 9th, 1998. Yeah. So I did some research on him. His first fight was actually in 1936.
Yeah, I mean, he was a great champion. Interesting man. That's another story that really needs to be told. So you have to tell me.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it really does, because this is incredible. But what did you have to do
to prepare for this?
Yes, and were you able to meet his son, Billy Moore?
No, I was not able to meet his son. No,
we gotta make that happen.
We can make that happen. Let's make that happen.
Yes, we do.
But it was an amazing process just learning about him. I read his book and I watched a lot of video footage of him training.
Yes.
I watched a lot of video footage of him fighting.
Yes.
And, you know, he was also an actor. I don't know if you guys know this, but he did
that I did not
Huck
know.
Finn. They did a Huck Finn, a version of Huck Finn, and he's in it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he did some acting.
That is so cool.
He did a little bit of everything.
Wow. So it's the boxer turned actor and you're the actor turned boxer.
Right.
That is crazy. Wow.
So, but it was great. It was great fun just learning about him and about his life and then getting to play him. I mean, I look very different in the film.
You do.
Because I've got all the, he had hair, like he had all of that.
Yes.
And so I've got all of that in the film that,
Yes.
shout out to the hair and makeup department.
Where did you film that?
Thing. New Orleans. We shot in New Orleans.
And how long did you film total?
A year ago. It was a year ago that we shot it.
How long were you there?
I was only there for like about a month or so.
Really?
Yeah. But they, the guy who played George Foreman, I mean, they were shooting probably about a month before I got there. And then we shot for that month. And then they took a 2-month break for the guy who was playing George Foreman, Chris, to eat more and gain more weight so that he could play the later George Foreman when George made his comeback.
Like in Raging Bull. I get it.
Exactly.
Totally get it. They didn't use prostheses on him or anything, right?
Nope.
It was his real
did
tummy.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Well, we got a pic of you and George. You want to throw that up?
Me and Foreman? George
yes,
Foreman?
we do. Yes, so you know I have his grill.
Okay.
That's as close
Who doesn't have one, man? That's the best.
Bobby's going to put up that pic of just the two of you together.
You know, I've known George for a long time because back in the early 90s.
And he's towards the end, Bobby.
We did a show together.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, that's
when
the
you
show.
That's when I
first met him.
That's
it was called George.
98?
That was right before. This was like 93.
No, it's earlier.
It was like 93.
93, yes.
It was right before he.
How
had
crazy
his
is
comeback.
that? And then years later, you got the pic of just the two of them.
Yeah.
Should be right underneath it, Bobby. Just the two of you.
Full circle moment.
It is a full circle moment.
Yes.
That's crazy, insane. I know I
Yeah.
sent it to you.
It just made it more special for me.
Yes.
To be able to be a part of the movie
Did
telling
he
the story
remember
of his life.
you?
We still talk. We talk all the
93?
time.
Really?
So he's another one.
There you are.
There it is. So he's another one.
That is a great pick.
He, like Henry Winkler, took me under his wing, right? So I stay in touch with him. We talk probably twice a year, me and George Foreman, right? So
yeah, that's my grandfather.
That's him.
I'm telling you, I gotta show you a picture of my grandfather. He's the white George Foreman. My
oh man!
And my grandfather was built like a
big guy.
bull.
Did he box? Or he just liked boxing?
He could have, but no, he
okay.
didn't. He could have boxed in a different way. Last name was Capello.
Capello. That sounds like a fighter to me.
Doesn't
sounds
it?
like a boxer,
Doesn't
yeah.
It? Yeah. So what I wanted to know was, did you have to do a lot of conditioning?
So, what's crazy?
Because you're a very fit man.
Thank you. So I did 3 boxing movies in a row, right?
Really?
Well, they weren't all boxing movies. So one is One Night in Miami.
Yes.
Came out a few years ago,
Yes.
where I played Drew Bundini Brown, who was
Yes.
one of Muhammad Ali's trainers. So I was in the boxing realm in that movie.
Yes.
After that, I play them. I'm in another movie where I play a boxer, Sandy Sadler. The movie is about a guy named Willie Pep, who was actually the most winningest boxer in history.
Yes, I know the story, Willie Pep.
Yep. Okay, so Sandy Sadler was his fiercest rival, right? And so that movie's probably going to be coming out either at the end of this year, right, or later, or early next year, right?
Right.
And that's called Pep. It's about Willie Pep, right?
Wow.
So I got to do that boxing movie, and then they called me to do this boxing movie.
Really?
So I had already done the one movie, so I was already conditioned. I'd already been in the gym working because I actually had to box in the Willie Pep movie. You know, and I got to play Sandy Sadler when he was in his 20s, his 40s, and his 60s. So you get to see me age a little bit.
Wow, that's a nice transition.
Yeah. It was great fun. So that's something that's, you know, that's in the kitchen brewing.
Yeah.
That'll be coming out, you know, later.
It's so exciting. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Really, I can't wait to see it. But is there a role that you haven't played that you would like to play? And maybe something with your clarinet.
I would love to do a show, like a TV show about classical musicians in the classical music world. I would love to do something like that, where I could play my horn, and, you know, and bridge both, you know, of my favorite. Oh shoot, both my favorite art forms.
Right.
Sorry,
that's
guys,
okay.
my mic. You would think I never did this. My favorite art forms. Bring them both together. I would love to do something like that.
That would be cool.
Yeah. As far as
what'd you think of the movie School of Rock? While I'm picking your brain.
Yeah, I loved it.
Wasn't it great?
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. Jack Black is one of my favorites.
I know.
He's so funny.
It was great.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, those kids learned how to play all those instruments.
Oh, did they learn? Oh, so they didn't get kids who knew how to play?
No.
Oh, they taught them how to play.
Yes.
That's great.
That's what I heard.
Wow.
Yeah,
I remember, you know, I auditioned for a movie. It was called Mr. Holland's Opus.
Oh my gosh, with Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, with Richard
Fabulous
Dreyfuss.
movie.
Terrence Howard got that part back in the day.
He?
Yeah. But I was like, I know music. I can do this.
Yeah, really.
But they didn't pick me.
I don't have to take it. I can really play.
Right.
Oh, it was a great movie.
That's a great movie. I loved it, even though I wasn't in it. But I loved it. That was a great movie. But yeah, no, I would love to do something like that. As far as something that I haven't played that I would like to play.
Yes, a specific role, anything?
There's no specific thing. There's no specific
Yeah.
No.
Something to push you in a different direction, or
yeah, I mean, if something comes along, a challenging thing, maybe, I can't think of anything that I would want to do.
You know, maybe a drag queen. Maybe I know you dabble with the little lipstick.
That
on
would be
your
fun.
Face.
You saw that? You saw?
I
that
did.
Would be fun. You know,
I thought maybe you want to talk about it.
There was a movie. It was called. It was a movie called. What is it? Thank You, Julie Newmar.
Yes.
Well, Tu Wong Fu.
Right.
Tu Wong Fu.
Yes.
Thank you, Julie. I auditioned for that too, right?
You did.
Wesley Snipes, he got the part.
And
I mean,
Patrick Swayze was in that also.
Patrick Swayze was in that,
yes,
right?
He was.
So that would have been my first opportunity meeting Patrick had I got that part, right?
See that?
I mean, Wesley Snipes killed it. He was great at it, and you know, it was a great movie. They were all great.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to do that. You know, that would be fun to do.
Yeah.
That would be fun to do.
Right.
I actually booked a role. It was a TV show that we shot the pilot. And I played the character. It's a great story. I don't know if I got time to tell the story.
You got plenty of time.
I got time?
Yes.
Okay. So the character was written as a heavyset guy. He was a coroner. Right. He was a heavyset guy who every time they went in, he was examining a body, he'd be eating. So I end up in this room and there's all these, I'm like, why'd they call me in here, right? Why did they want me to come in for this? There's all these guys in there. I'm like, you know, I'm just going to do something crazy and different or whatever.
Right.
I had a lollipop.
Okay.
I took the lollipop. I went into the audition and I played the whole thing gay. I was waving the lollipop around.
Okay.
Before I got in my car, I'm on my way home. I get a call from my agents. They're like, we don't know what you did, but they want you.
Really?
I ended up booking it.
You see that?
Ended up booking it.
Yeah.
TV show, right? We shot it in Atlanta, actually. We shot the pilot. It was great. I did my little thing. I was like, yeah, they got a contusion and they got a, we need to sew this up and take that out and do whatever. And I love them pumps, girl. I love them pumps you got, right? And then it was great. Had a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the show didn't get picked up. But
that's what happens sometimes.
I would love to do something like that. That would be fun.
That sounds fun too. You know what it is? It's like just, the end of the spectrum and just stepping outside the box.
Yeah.
Again, stuff that you don't normally do. It's just
that's why we do it.
It's a fun world we live in, isn't it? It really is a fun world. But yeah, we need to hook you up with Billy Moore's son, because I think that would be amazing. And I really am. Do you know when this is coming out? Because I know they're advertising. They're starting to advertise it, but I don't know
for which one?
For the George Foreman.
It's out. It came out last week.
Oh, it did.
Yeah,
it did. All right, my apologies. All right, good. So everyone could go see it.
Go see it.
Go see it. Oh my gosh.
See if you recognize me in the movie when you go see it.
That is. It's very, very interesting. Archie Moore. They mentioned Archie Moore. Wow, amazing. All right, so listen, I'm going to take my last commercial break. When we come back, we're going to continue talking to Lawrence about what he has in post, if he has anything in pre, what he has completed, what he has going on. So don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boy?
Theresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Theresa Farrow.
Stop. Who's your favorite Guinea?
Theresa Farrow.
Who are you loving right now?
Theresa Farrow.
All right, Chuck. I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Thank you for joining me. I'm with actor and writer and musician Lawrence Gilead Jr. Amazing career. Started out in 1991. He went for his first audition and landed the lead in the movie Straight Outta Brooklyn. Yes. Totally crazy. Been working, really consistent working actor since then. TV, film, movies. Let's talk a minute about theater, shall we?
We shall.
Because I know that you did a show, 2 shows with George Papadopoulos, playing a lawyer, correct?
Yeah.
And you weren't sure if you wanted to take it or not, because let's face it, you didn't have a lot of time to rehearse. You're talking like 2 weeks.
Yes.
There was a lot of lawyer lingo jargon going on that was a little intense, because the writer was actually a lawyer. So George was your cheerleader saying, listen, I learned my lines in 10 days. I know you can learn yours. And you said, let's do it and kick behind.
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing? I know this is a long shot, but if you're not busy, I've got this show and can I send it to you to read? I'm like, well, I'm not busy right now. Yeah, send it to me.
You got me at a good time.
Yeah, you did. He did. And so I got it. I read it. I'm like, you know what? This I've never done this before.
Right.
Trying to learn in 2 weeks' time. I've never done this.
Right.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
So
it's like flying by the seat of your pants.
Yeah. And we put it down.
And you pulled it off.
We pulled it off. Yeah.
That's awesome. And George, you met actually on the Deuce.
I met George on the Deuce. He
came in. You got that poster, right, Bobby?
Yeah, on the Deuce.
The Deuce.
He came in to play my partner.
Yes, he played your partner.
Yes.
On a few episodes, which was really, really cool. And that's how you guys met. Hey, look at you.
Hey, there he is, Chris Alston.
Oh my gosh.
Chris
Alston. That's Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
That's the wrong pick.
Oh, that's Chris Alston from the Deuce.
Yes, from the Juice.
Yeah, that's me as Chris also.
That's you as Chris. I got it. I got it. You look like a baby in that picture, though. I have to tell you.
Yeah. Well, it's. I think in
I know
that
it's
picture,
the time. It's the time.
It's the time
It's the
difference, right? So I age
hair and makeup
over
is amazing. What they can do.
Movie magic. Movie magic.
And what? Oh, so you're again. Before we get into pre and post and complete and everything, you're a very active man. First of all, you love taking pictures of food. And when I was looking at your pictures, I was getting hungry because we're not just talking like regular hamburgers and hot dogs. We're talking like gourmet looking stuff that I don't know if you make some of the baked goods.
Oh,
I know you got some Domino sugar on your table sitting there, and I'm going, did he really make that? Because it looks like
I love baking, so sometimes I do bake. Yeah, that's my thing. Sometimes I do. I bake myself.
Okay,
but then I'm a dessert guy.
Well, let me tell you something. When you post pictures of eating ice cream and Dunkin' Oreos and milk, you're talking my language.
Do you?
You know what I'm saying? You're talking. I'm a chocoholic, so
I'm all about the dessert. I only eat the meal to get to the dessert.
I hear you. I totally hear you. But you are also a very active person. You love to ski. You love to. But this picture, I was like scared for you. You actually went skydiving.
I did. It was
Bobby
my
has
first...
2 pictures of you skydiving, and I want to know. I want to know. I mean, that is an incredible picture. The other one I think is you actually. Coming out of the plane. Yeah. So tell me when you did that and what possessed you to do that.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. About a week before, I watched Tom Cruise take Chris, what's his name, the talk show host. He took him skydiving.
Right.
And I was like, man, Tom Cruise is skydiving. You know what? I could do that. I could do skydiving. And they were talking about how he's a master skydiver and all that.
Wow.
So I was just thinking about it. It was on my mind. The morning that I went skydiving, I actually just woke up and said, I'm doing it. I found a place in Jersey. I called them up and I said, can I go today? And they're like, yeah, come on out. And I said, all right, I'm not going to think about it at all again until my feet are back on the ground.
Wow.
I drove out there to Jersey. They strapped me in a harness. Well, they made me watch the video. They strapped me in a harness and everybody was already ready.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. How many other people were on the plane? The
plane was packed. But what I realized once I got in the air and I was going up, I looked around and realized everyone else had a helmet but me.
Why?
And because everyone, they were already professional jumpers. I was the only novice, beginner, first-time jumper.
Oh.
So they were all pros. And also I didn't have a helmet because if I had a helmet, you wouldn't be able to see my face.
Oh,
right?
got it.
I bought the video package.
Right.
So you can see my crazy face.
I want this documented.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Right. Whatever happens, right? What if I crap my pants? I want it on video, right?
I'm gonna capture this moment.
Right? So we go up there and I'm like, I'm not thinking whatever. I'm like, remember to do whatever. And we go out and I'll tell you that, I don't know if can we swear on this?
No.
We can't. Okay.
Just say a cleaner version.
So I said, oh crap.
Okay,
that was my first thought. Right. My first thought was, oh crap.
Right.
That
because you gotta go down. You gotta go, there's one way out.
My first, and it all happened in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
My first thought was to grab onto something. Because you're free falling.
Yes.
Your body wants to live, right?
Oh my God.
So I was like, all right, grab something. And then I was like, I can't grab something. My second thought was, this was a bad idea.
And I paid what to do what?
Exactly. My third thought was, wait a minute, the ground is way down there. So I've got time to process this and figure out. And then that's when I could enjoy it. When I was just like, okay, I've got a ways to go to get to the ground.
Yeah.
But people ask me, they're like, so did you feel like you were floating? I'm like, no, I just felt like I was falling really fast.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me anyway. Wow. So, but it was exciting. It was exhilarating.
It's something that you did once and you probably wouldn't do again.
So after my feet were on the ground, I was like, okay, I did that. Check that off the bucket list. Never have to do that again. The next morning, I literally sat up in bed and I was like, I got to do that again.
Really?
I called them back.
I can't believe this.
They didn't answer the phone.
What?
I was like, okay, nobody answered the phone. The next day, I sat up in bed. Like the adrenaline lasted for a week.
Really?
I sat up in bed. I called them back. They didn't answer the phone.
But they go out of business?
I don't know. Maybe I was the last jump and they were like, oh, we're not going. We can't do anymore. I don't know. But I took it as a sign. I was like, all right, okay.
Yeah, that was it. Look, God's telling you, once was enough.
Once and that's it. Okay, so.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, listen, I want everyone to follow you and know where you are and what you're doing. So Lawrence is on Facebook. You're not really on Insta though, are you?
I am.
Are
I'm
you?
on Insta more than
Why
Facebook.
could you know? I
You couldn't find me on
no,
here?
I don't know why. And if I did, I think it was listed as private.
No, I'm not
All
private.
right, well then I gotta go back and look. So tell everyone what your Insta is.
My Insta is the real LGJR.
Okay, maybe that's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
or if you look up Lawrence Gilliard Jr., I mean, there's a few, so there's some fake ones.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful. There's some
out there.
Yeah, but I got
so
the
it's
blue
the
check.
real.
The real LGJR.
Got it.
That's it.
Okay. All right. That's Insta.
Me.
And on Facebook?
And Facebook, I think you just
it's
just
Lawrence Jr.
Oh, it's Lawrence Jr. Gilliard.
Correct.
Because I've had that for a long time. I don't know.
Yes. So, and thank you for accepting my friend request so I can stalk you and look at all your pictures and everything. So let's talk about what you have going on, because we talked about this guy that you met on the Deuce, George Papadopoulos, and about doing this play with him. And he calls you up one day.
He does.
And he says, listen.
George is always calling me up one day.
I'm doing a sitcom.
Yeah.
And I really want you a part of it. It's called Jimmy and Jenny's. And, what do you think? You think you could come out to Long Island and film? And you did.
And I did. I jumped in my car. I drove out. He's like, Lawrence, I swear, it's just one day. It's one day. Come out, do it. I'm like, all right, send it to me. Let me read it and see what it's about. And I checked it out. It's very funny.
Yeah.
And I came out and had a great day, filming out in Mineola, right?
Yeah. His hometown.
Yes.
And you, so that's in post right now.
Yes, that's in post.
And hopefully that will continue.
Yes.
That series will continue. You have a couple other things that
I'm on
completed.
I'm on the Power, Raising Canaan.
Yes.
That season is about to come out. I think towards the end of the year, middle end of the year, that season's gonna come out.
Right.
Season 3 of that is out. And then I've got the film I was telling you guys about, Pep, that'll be coming out.
Yes.
So those are some things,
And then what about I don't know. There's something here that says it's completed.
Which one
the
is that?
Featherweight.
That's the Pep movie, the Featherweight.
They changed it to the Featherweight. They changed the name. You know, they do that sometimes, people.
They do.
They change the names all the time. Okay, so that's good to know. And then Saint Sebastian. That's something that's completed.
What's crazy is Saint Sebastian. That was a movie that's been completed for like 15 years.
Oh, really?
It was a movie that was directed by Danny DeVito.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And it was Danny DeVito and my late great friend Lance Reddick, who just passed about a month and a half ago. Yes.
Yes.
And
I saw that.
A few other, So Lance actually called me about that movie. He goes, Larry, so Danny DeVito's doing this movie. And I told him that he should get you.
Okay.
So they got me.
Nice recommendation.
I went and did it. Yeah, it's a horror movie. Danny DeVito loves horror.
Really?
Yes. And so his whole thing was he actually let me shadow him directing that movie.
Nice.
It was great. It was the first time I got to be behind the camera.
Is that something you want to do in the future?
I wasn't bitten by that bug. Not yet. No.
Yeah, me neither.
No, it's a lot of work.
It is.
Shadowing him, I learned how much I didn't know, even after all the years I've been in the business.
Right.
Just how much I didn't know about being behind the camera and that kind of work.
Yeah.
But it was great doing it. And Danny's whole thing is he just be like, more blood. We need more blood. I want to see more blood. Lawrence, this is what I'm going to have you do. You're going to walk in the room. You're going to lie down on the ground. And then we're going to put blood on you. We're going to put more blood. He was just, he just loved the horror and loved the blood.
Yeah.
He was great. But he was great to work with. A lot of fun. Danny DeVito. Love that guy.
That's so cool. Very, very, very cool. Well, listen, we have like 2 minutes left. Is there anything else that maybe I didn't mention that you do?
That I do?
That you'd like to mention? That you do or want to mention? I don't know. Is there anything that I haven't,
No. You know what?
You
know what's fun? I don't know if I'm going to, I'm going to do more because people are signing up for it. I started a show. It's a cooking show called Tainted Eats.
Oh.
Because I have this line on The Walking Dead where I yell tainted meat.
Right.
So when people are always like, yo, tainted meat, yo, tainted. So I started this cooking show. And what happens on the show is my leg gets eaten by some cannibals, right? So I was like, I'm going to do a cooking show because, the whole leg tie-in, eating of the leg. And I'm going to call it Tainted Eats.
Okay.
The whole tainted meat. So what I do is I get recipes from my fans.
Yeah.
And then I make their recipes on the show.
That's
and I
cool.
shout them out and I say their Instagram and all that.
Yeah.
And then I make their dishes. And I did like 8 or 10 of them last year, and now it's rolling into summer. So I think I'm going to do some more of that.
That's cool.
So look that up. It's called Tainted Eats. It's on YouTube.
Nice.
It's just me in my little kitchen having some fun.
I love it.
With my phone. I literally shoot it with my phone. Like it's
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, listen, again, I want to take the time to thank you again for taking your time to come to Massapequa and make the trip and doing this for me. It was, you know, God puts certain people in your path for reasons, and I'm glad he put you in mine. And we got to meet with Chad and through George. And you know, again,
thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, no, this is a blast. My door's always open. When you want to come back, promote something else, come visit.
Thank you.
Listen, everyone, I want to thank you for watching Tea Time, supporting me. Just remember, tell everyone you love them. And I'll see you next week, everybody. Ciao.
Yes.